What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today's going to be a little different. Been focusing on the quail mostly lately, but I do have a little bit of a garden out, and there's a few things that need to be picked today. I've been getting a little bit of squash and zucchini already. I've had them in the house, and I thought, why didn't I bring you along? Why didn't I take you out and show you around? My garden was kind of thrown together this year. That's why I didn't really show a whole lot of it, but we'll go over what I've done and what I'm getting so far. So let me get you turned around here. Alright, raised bed there, pretty much all beans. I got some pole beans that have crawled up on my lattice there, and then I got some bush beans down there in the front. Definitely overplanted them. I got too many in there. Listened to the wife, and I think we should have backed off. She thought it wouldn't come in. She was afraid that they wouldn't all come up, but they did excellent. But today, like I said, zucchini and squash. And here is a couple of my yellow crooked neck squash plants. I had got them as starts from our local Amish, and I had 4 of them, 4-pack I knew would be everything we would need. And I threw them in this tub because I was running out of time and I didn't have a spot really for them. I was way behind, and they have just exploded out of this mineral lick tub and made quite a few yellow squash. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pick these today. I'm probably gonna take and give some of them to my grandparents. So we'll get in here and I'll show you this one plant that I've had a lot of success off of already this year. He's got quite a few different squash in here. There's some decent looking ones. That one down here definitely needs to come off the vine, I think. Yeah, that would be perfect, and maybe his little buddy there behind him. So I'm gonna reach in here, cut this dude, and then I can see back here there's more that need to be taken off this other plant. I did have one plant that was right here in this gap, and he grew big, got pretty large, and then the vine borers got in. I hit him with 7 dust, but he did go ahead and die, so I pulled him out of there so these guys can keep growing. So let me get the knife and we will get some of these guys cut. Alright, gonna try to film this best I can. Just gonna tuck up in here, take my pocket knife and cut through there. And I'm gonna pull that guy out. Put him here on the ground. He's pretty decent size. And his buddy back here, we will see if we can get him taken out also. We will sneak back there and just slowly push through till he pops off. That way we're not hurting the plant. And we can pull him away also. I think I'll give this squash here on top just another day or two. Say with some regular waterings. If I hit it with fertilizer again, that sucker will go ahead and pop up. This little guy here that isn't doing that hot, I may just go ahead and pop him off because he actually just fell off. He ain't gonna do anything. So might as well get him out of there. Keep your plant from wasting their energy. So we'll move around here, and this plant has grown in a way and I'm not sure what's actually back there. I can see a couple here, and there's no telling how big they are because I haven't gotten in here. So, gonna cut that big one right there in the middle first. There we go. And I'll just reach in, pull him out. Got him out there, looking good. Got that big dude in there. And I should have arranged these squash whenever I planted them a little better. That way I wouldn't be fighting through these leaves. But we will cut him off. Oh yeah, definitely got the crooked neck on him. This one with some end rot, I'm gonna cut off also. Toss him to the side. I got a couple more growing back in there looking good. This little guy here looking good. Here's a bad one. I'm gonna cut him off. Poor, looks like he tore off. Let me pop over to this other side. And I think I will go ahead and take that guy on the back side also. He's looking, oh yeah, he's definitely pretty big. Let's see if I can get in here without cutting the wrong thing. Alright, he's connected right there. There we go. Pull him free. And another nice decent squash. And let's look around here. I seen some things I didn't like. That right there. If you see those, you need to get your Vaseline or your lighter out, and you need to just hit those real lightly, because that is your vine borers. And I'd say they're probably sticking around, so I may have to hit this with the 7 dust again, just to prevent the adults from being here. And you can go over them with Vaseline, the eggs also, and that should kill them. I haven't seen them anywhere else, so hopefully that is the only batch around. So I'll get those guys taken care of in just a minute, but we're gonna go over and we're gonna cut a zucchini. Alright, started my zucchinis in these 5-gallon cloth bags. I originally had bought these to actually start trees in, which I've done right over here. Those are persimmon trees. I wanted to put them out for my deer for the fall, but I thought I'd try and give them a jump start in these bags. I wanted to see which ones were good after I got them, because I got them very small, as you can see. So when I initially planted them, I just planted them all in one bag, and I've never separated them, which was lucky because I had these other bags for my zucchinis. But I've never got these guys out, and I've never put them in the ground. I think they would have done a lot better. Clearly they're pretty hot out here in the sun. They're pretty droopy, but as soon as that goes behind some of the shady trees here in the yard, why, they perk right back up, and then I give them a good drink in the afternoon. But that guy right there, that's the one we're going to take today. Some of the other ones I've cut were a little bigger, but I think if I can get him off there, one, I don't like my zucchinis too terribly big whenever I fry them, and so he's about right, and it'll help that plant out. They're all feeling the summer heat, and I can hit them with some fertilizer and water, and it'll really help bring on the rest of the new growth. So we'll just simply get down here and repeat the process. Luckily, this is a little easier now. Cut him up close to that main vine, and try not to cut any of his leaves too bad. There we go. So, little zucchini along with some crooked neck yellow squash. I do typically cut the fruits off in the afternoon, just so it's not as hard on the plant. Today didn't really have that option, but it'll be all right. It's not noon yet. It hasn't got as hot as it's going to be, so it shouldn't be too hard on them, but a little more than I usually like to do. Really pretty basic setup. Did what I could with what I had at the time. Kind of lucked out with having the right soil that I could throw in my little cloth pots there for the zucchini. and having an empty big tub to start my squash in. They've obviously done a lot better. They got a lot better soil. Black bags probably aren't greatest on the roots for them zucchini either. I'd say they're holding a lot of heat. So something to think about in the future. I'd really like to get a decent garden plowed up and get them in hills. I know they do way better, but they're already putting out quite a bit of squash, quite a bit of zucchini for us here at my house. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Not a real exciting video other than just seeing what I have set up and a couple of things coming off the vine. So until next time, see you in the next one. Bye bye.